Hi, it's Steve. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to review every Fox X-Men movie in a long series because I want to justify me rewatching all of them. Now, if you know my channel, you know that I don't really make serious reviews. I have in the past, but these are just going to be more goofy haha fun videos. And what's more goofy haha fun than Bryan Singer? X-Men was the beginning of the death of cinema. Blade inspired a lot of Marvel projects to go through, but X-Men was the one that was like, oh, superheroes can give us lots of money. Because there's an inherent magic to superheroes being a very impressionistic modern mythology. It also being a genre that appeals to pretty much every age demographic. But this also opened the floodgates for Disney and the MCU to harm the art form of cinema forever. But the first X-Men movie is okay. It was written by David Hayter, who voiced Solid Snake, and the script is solid for what it is, but has a pretentious layer to it, where it thinks it's saying a lot more than it actually is. Oh, like mutants are like minorities? Republican senator is like hating mutants? That's so deep. The movie is also really goofy and silly, especially in the end, but I like that. I like how silly and goofy it gets. It has more character with how goofy it is. It's a comic book movie. The best thing in the movie is when the dying senator is talking to Storm, and a mutant and a man who hates them come to a complicated sort of understanding before he gets turned into goo. It's silly, but it's a good scene. But let's not talk about the script. The casting is great. Everyone loves Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and I do agree. I think at this point, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is an iconic movie role like Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. And I think that's most of the reason why they haven't recasted him. Patrick Stewart is perfect Professor X casting. James Marsden has never been a bad Cyclops, but they just never used him in any of these movies, which sucks. Like, it's Cyclops. He's like the best X-Men. He's the leader of the X-Men, but they just don't use him in these movies because they find him boring. Ian McKellen as Magneto is fantastic in all these movies. And here's my hot take. I think he's a better casting decision than Hugh Jackman, honestly. He's just perfect as Magneto. Everyone else, not so much. I think Anna Paquin sucks as Rogue. I'm sorry. And a good amount of people just give a performance, you know. A lot of this movie is really a foundation for a future franchise to come when the movie is just kind of fine, honestly. I actually really like the black leather costumes. I think they look cool. People bitch about them not using the original suits, but honestly, they would have looked really fucking stupid in this already stupid movie. This movie came out after a decade of Marvel making the Nick Fury TV movie, Fantastic Four movie, the Captain America movie. I think these suits were a good choice, actually. Also, these suits would be improved by Frank Quitely and Grant Morrison's fantastic X-Men run. The scene that sticks out the most for me is when the naked senator appears on a beach full of children, directed by outed gay pedophile Bryan Singer, and you see his friend and convicted pedophile Brian Peck on the beach. Brian Peck also molested a child known as Drake Bell and was convicted for it. Drake Bell would later star in the movie Superhero Movie, where his character Dragonfly is brought to the X-Mansion and meets Black Professor X, so it all comes together.
How could you do this to me? To your kids? To your newborn baby?
How do I know that baby's even mine?
Because he can do this.
Anyway, I give this film a 6 out of 10. It's a good, solid movie, but I can't think of this movie without thinking that poor Mexican day laborer Bryan Singer told was going to meet Wolverine. Just so tragic.